Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. I am going to be looking at mathematics this afternoon, and the mathematics we are going to be looking at is swords. So, swords, we mean the root of irrational numbers. So, the root of irrational numbers is what we call swords. So, and that's what we're going to be looking at. So, we won't be solving mostly the mathematics aspect of it, but we will just take a look at the briefing. So we'll look at the brief understanding of what a sword is. And then from there, we are going to see how we are going to be solving problems, maybe in our subsequent classes. All right. So what I am saying is that we are going to look at specifically how we can solve problems in swords. Okay. So if this were to be a solve problems, is a problems in a sword, so we must have to set out the rules that guides swords. So that is what we're going to be looking at. And then from there, we can now see how we can solve problems. All right. So that is what we are going to be doing. And that is what we are going to do this afternoon. Okay, so we are going to start from the rules that governs sword. So that is what we're going to be looking at. So rules. So these are the rules. Okay, so the rules includes A multiplied by B is equal to root A multiplied by root B. So that is one aspect of the rules. So we are going to be setting examples for all these things. So we can see how we can solve that efficiently. Okay, so let me now give an understanding of the rule that I just write. Okay, so here I have root let me start with root 75. Root 75. So in root 75, we are going to look at a perfect square that we can multiply to give the result. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so for us to do that, so we'll first of all split this in this form. So, and that is going to give us root 25 multiplied by root 3. Why? Because root 25 multiplied by root 3 will give us root 25, root 75. So that is what we need to understand. So for us to know this, then solving every other thing becomes what? Easy. Okay, so this is exactly what we are going to be doing. All right. So here I now have root 25. Root 25 is going to be 5, 5. Then multiply by root 3. So, and that gives us what? 5 root 3. And that's how to solve it. So solving using these rules is very important, is very easy. And we won't be having any issues doing that. Okay, so that's exactly what we are talking about here. So this is what we ought to know in solving problems like this. All right, so that's it. So we are going to solve another one. Okay, so if we have sod 150, okay, so what are we going to do? So we look at numbers, multiples of 150 that we can split like this. So we can split it this way, and then we have this value. So that's what we're going to be doing. And that is going to be, okay, I have 50 here, right? I can do sod 50, then multiply by sod, okay, I think 3. Yeah, sod 3, something like this. Yes, because 50 times this is going to be 150. All right. So because of this, I think I would have done it in 3. So let's do sod 3 multiply by sod 50 is 2 sod 25. All right. I think this is the best way of doing that. So because 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 25 is 150. So I think this is the best way to split it. So the multiple of these 3 numbers or roots will give us sod 150. So that's what we are saying. All right. So in doing that, so we can simply say sod root 3 multiplied by root 2 multiplied by 5, because root 5 is root 25 is 5. Okay, so we can actually multiply this. So, and when we multiply that, we have root 6 multiplied by 5, and that is going to be 5 root 6. So, and that gives us the answer here. So it is always easy doing that. So we can always solve that quickly. All right. So I am going to look at the next one, the next law for the sods. Okay. The next one is going to be root A over B. So which is going to be root A over root B. So this is what the second rule is going to be, is going to look like. So in solving problems like this, I can have sod 10 over 25. So something like this. So that is going to be sod 10 all over sod 25. All right. And then here we have root 10 is going to be root 10, and root 25 is going to be 5. And this is the answer. So these are the things that we should know. We should have to know how to solve them, and we won't be having issues whatsoever. So that is what we are saying here. Okay, so we will still solve another one. We will solve another one here. Okay, so this is another question. So I am going to split it differently in their different sorts of simple forms. And then from there, we can now solve it. Okay, so let's do that. So I have here 20 is going to be root 4 multiply by root 5. Then multiply by root 75 is going to be root 25 multiply by root 3. And then everything all over root 100. This is going to be root 100 multiply by root 2. And that's root 100. Okay. And then going forward, I have root 4 is 2 multiply by root 5. Then multiply by 25 is 5. Root 25 is 5 multiply by root 3. And then everything over root 100 is 10 multiplied by root 2. All right. And that is so simple that we can easily multiply this and this. We can easily multiply numbers. 2 times 5 is 10. So I'll write 10. Then sod 5 times sod 3 is going to give us sod 15. And then everything over 10 root 2. So we are going to rationalize the denominator because the denominator cannot be a root. So, and this 10 can actually cancel out this 10 here. So it can easily cancel out that. Okay, so we now have 15, root 15 over root 2. Rationalizing, we have root 2 all over root 2. Okay, so and this times this is going to give us root 30. Root 30. And then root 2 times root 2 will give us root 4, and root 4 is going to be 2. All right. And this is what we are going to be doing because 30 has no perfect square within its multiple. So we are going to leave the answer that way. And that is where we are going to be ending for this afternoon. All right. So see you next time for a better understanding in source. So you can put questions in your comment section, or you can actually test that through messages from the my link. All right. So you can reach me however you want it. Okay. So until next time, we are going to end our live section today this way. So see you next time, and thanks.